and welcome to a review of the SH Figuarts Kamen Rider Kabuto Hyperform new version, or real bone version, whatever you want to call it. I keep forgetting how to pronounce the Japanese term for it, but anyway, here we go. This is a pretty awesome figure. Now, if you don't remember, the first ever figure in this subline of SH Figuarts was Kabuto and Hibiki. So yeah, it's great that we finally get his final form upgraded, looking much nicer. And there has been photos preview of designers doing the armored form of Kabuto, so maybe they'll come out eventually. If you can't wait, there is the Figuarts version, a model kit that you can build that has Kabuto put on and cast off in one set that you can easily swap in and out. But it is like about a head or half a head taller than SH Figuarts. If you don't mind the scale too much, it is an excellent figure once you build it. I have reviewed it before. Anyway, back to here. Yes, this Kabuto is pretty much the throwback to Stronger here, where Stronger charges up, he has a bigger horn. So this Kabuto also has a bigger horn. Does look ridiculously big for some people, but I think it's alright, pretty cool here. And mine's not glued down properly, and you can actually move forward just a little bit, just like he does in the show, like move down, but you're not supposed to do that, so I'm just going to push it back on now. In terms of the head mold and sculpt, it looks pretty good. It looks excellent. The back of the head, of course, is just a recoloring of the regular Kabuto head for the most part. It's just a horn that's different. Now, a lot of people have noted that the compound eye effect is actually in reverse. The bits that are black here should be white. I think the problem with this figure is the way they molded it. I think that the entire inside, the compound eye, is molded with metallic-ish blue plastic, and it does reflect really well, but when you have the transparent plastic on top of that, the reflection and all that makes it look black. See, it's more of a shadowy effect. Now, I'm not sure if that's true or not, but on close inspection, I think that's the case, and that's what's causing the problem here. So that is an issue. It doesn't look terrible. I'm not like hardcore Kabuto fan, so I don't mind it, but it is a problem if you want something that's supposed to look eerily accurate to the show in the suit. The torso is also pretty nice. Now obviously he's still not fully hyper yet, so he's not got all the extra bits just quite yet, but yeah, even in this more subtle mode he does look pretty good. The shoulder pads look nice as well. Oh look, you got the extra piece there that can open up. It looks pretty awesome. Got some exhaust down there. Kabuto isn't my favorite series. In fact, Kabuto as a character, I don't like him too much, but the suit in this series are so cool. My favorite is probably the B, and I do enjoy Kick and Punch Hopper as well. Anyway, down to the legs here. Now this is where it's pretty much very similar from the other rider, from his basic form, but this leg here does have like extra bits on there, and the shoes do look different. It's got more detail there. The sector and the belt itself is the same as the regular one, and of course it is separate from the body, so you can remove it if you want to. And because you have the hyper sector here, which does actually function, you can move that down and do the clock up and stuff with that. That's awesome, and the details on this are really good. You got the sect logo molded there, and it's even painted in. It just looks really good, and it can come off. It's on a round peg, but it's also really secure, so that's good. Let's see. And of course the regular sector has a bit of movement there, so you can do a kick, but doesn't actually come off. So just like the regular belt, relatively easy to understand, because there is quite a lot of stuff you need to do on this figure. Quite a lot of different bits to transform him into his final sort of hyper form. Not too hard, but just pay attention to the instructions and you shouldn't have any issue there. In terms of accessories, apart from the fist already attached to the figure, he also has the sector horn holding hand, so you can do the rider kick. He has the pointing up in the sky hand, he has bike holding hands, relaxed hands, as well as his sword holding hand, and a pair of relaxed hands. All the sectors that he needs for his final attack, so that's good. Bandai wasn't just like, hey, if you want all those sectors, you better buy all those other Kamen Rider figures that we've not released yet. That would have been really annoying. Extra sectors look really good. The bug wings on the Drake sector is really awesome. Obviously he doesn't have the little trigger there, but yeah, look how detailed it is. It's got the small little bits underneath it. The paint job all around it is just excellent. would have been nice if the wings can move just a little bit, but I think I'm just asking a bit too much. This sector looks great. Now, if they do ever bring out other Kamen Riders from Kabuto, then they'll probably alter these just slightly. I hope they can be moved bits and pieces, but it doesn't seem like this whole piece does seem like it's just molded as a single thing. But I suppose if they made them, they'll adjust it just enough so that they can actually be used as weapons and stuff. Because this one turns into a gun. Got the B sector here. Now this piece is articulated, but also it's just a peg, so it can come off. So do be a little bit careful of that. And again, the molding and the detail on this is absolutely excellent. And then the other one that we have here is called sword sector. Looks pretty cool. That does complete most of the sectors, doesn't it? Because I've got kick and punch up and attack as their own figures in the F sectors. So yeah, and the scorpion like sting there is articulated, so that's awesome. You also have the tiny little reds painted on there, and it's detailed even underneath, so that's great. So all of these are here to go on to Kabuto's sword for the final attack, and the sword itself does look pretty good. Painted pretty well. Yep, pretty shiny. Now you see you move the handlebar down so it turns into a gun position, and then you're supposed to move these wings up, and you have to, there is one bit that you have to move and you keep it safely in storage, I suppose. And I like these gaps, they're all done pretty well. So you get the sword, no, you get the Drake one that goes in there, the sword one goes underneath, so just find the peg slot, peg that in. You're supposed to open the sting up like that. You get the B sector. Plug that in. Nope. Now the B's wings do come off quite easily. That's annoying. So probably just plug the sector in first, so it's secure, and then get the wing piece and plug that back on. That can be quite annoying for some. And there you go. Now you have his sword in his final attack mode, and there you go. Now you have the sword in its final attack mode. Note that there's nothing stopping this from falling down, so that can be a little bit annoying. And but it's not loose or anything. You see I'm shaking it, it's not falling or moving, so that's great, I suppose. But yeah, there you are. Here's the sword in its final attack mode, and looks pretty good, just like it does in the show. Now the old version of the figure, I don't have it, but from photos I can see that you don't actually do this figure. It's all like already glued on or something, and it is a little bit, the scale is not accurate. I think these sectors are a little bit too big, so they'll kind of look a little bit chibi in that version. As of the accessories, you need to turn Kabuto and open him up. So what you want to do is you remove these two chest pieces, just like that. Come on, come off. There we go. And then you get the other ones in the box like that, so he's in like an open position. These are quite secure once they're in there. Flap the shoulder pad bits up like that. Yeah, they seem to stay up there okay. Come on. Oh, please don't tell me this one is going to be one of those really fidgety figures. Stop being annoying. Blue tack is highly recommended. Oh, this is going to be annoying. It's going to be one of those pieces that keeps falling off. So I just need to move this arm back a bit just so it doesn't bump in the way, but it does seem like this is going to come off quite easily, so that's going to be annoying. And the next thing you want to do is these red bits on the legs and the arm, you just want to get your finger in there and just wedge them off. No, hopefully you don't break anything. And you get, again, you get the ones from inside the box that have that sprayed out like so, and just plug them in. I don't think there's a particular side you need to do them. And on the back here, you remove these two panels. Come on. Well, you don't have to do these. This one is an optional one because the other panels that you do get gives you the wings, which a lot of people will want for displays. So the wings actually come in a barrel baggie like this, so just, let them slide out. They look very shiny. So the extra peg you get in the box actually have it just the same as the regular ones, but they have an extended peg so that the wings can fit underneath, and the wings peg into this plate. You can see it's quite sturdy. I really would be very annoyed if I got another pair of like loose joints. And then you just plug these back in like they were the regular stuff. No, that's secure. And same with the other wing. Oh, there we go. And yeah, that means you can, these have separate articulation from each other. The actual plate is a ball peg, so that's a lot of movement, and it seems to move quite well. So yeah, that's okay. That's pretty awesome. It's staying together quite well. Let me just do a basic pose, and there you go. You got the wings. We have transformed him. The extra details we reviewed of the arm underneath do look pretty good. The paint job there is pretty excellent. The paint job on these gold bits are also quite nice. And on the back here you got more details there which also look really great. Some sort of energy panels and also solar panels perhaps. Don't know what's going on there, but it looks great. And some exhaust bits on the shoulder pads. And here's a quick look at the bottom of the feet. You can see this foot's the same as a regular Kabuto, but this one's altered just slightly. Almost looks like a Kifa thing. Alright, so articulation wise, the head can go a little bit back, sideways, quite far forward. Obviously, if you're using the other armor panels, it won't be able to look forward that as much. Because full rotation there. Double shoulder joints, because watch out this one, because oh look, there goes the armor pad again. That's really annoying. And because this hinge there, part of the transformation process, oh, that keeps falling down. That's going to be annoying. The shoulder pad itself is attached via the upper arm. It's on a little ball peg, I think, and swivel. And the arm can go full rotation there, and goes up. And articulation here for rotation, and double elbow joint hand is, thank God, on a ball and peg system, just like most Figuarts, instead of the weird hand pegs that they use for the other Kabuto release. Torso goes, ooh, that can really go far back. And forward, not so much. Sideways, and full rotation. And because the belt is loose, that's great. Leg goes up, leg goes, well, really sideways. Yep, still allowing him to have the proper Kabuto kick. Probably because it's the same mold as the regular Kabuto figure. I mean, you know, the other one in the subline. Double knee joint there, foot goes forward, backwards, sideways, and toe joint goes up, full 45 degrees. And of course on the back here, these two pads on little ball joints. You know, depending on whichever version you use, they're still ball joints. Overall, the clutch of this figure is pretty good. Movements are pretty nice, except for that front shield panel that keeps popping off. It is really annoying. I hope you don't have that issue, but if you do, I'm not really sure how to fix it. Do you add a bit of blue tack on it or whatever? It's just frustrating. The paint job on this figure is pretty spot on. Nothing goes out of line, nothing smudged. It looks excellent, and I'm glad that they replaced the hand joints, because when the first Kabuto version 2 came out, the hand was a weird peg system that didn't quite, just looked weird, and it made the figure look bad. So I'm glad that they swapped it back to the traditional, more standard SH Figuarts ball peg joints that plug into the hands. So that's good. Accessory wise, it is more than enough. What would have made it better is to give us a Tamashii stage act, because when you attach the wings to him, it would make sense to him to be on a stage, because those wings are really big, and for many poses he should be flying. But no stage act. That's disappointing, but the package itself is still filled to the brim. The entire tray is filled. You got the weapon, the different parts, more than enough hands, and a lot of different sectors. It is great, and the sectors somewhat function, and the details of the accessories are also really good. So nitpicks here and there. If you like Kamen Rider Kabuto, this one's a must pick up. If you have the old version, this one looks way better, and yeah, it is a must pick up. And I think the price hasn't jumped up too much for this since it was released, but being a Tamashii Web exclusive and a real bone version of a Kamen Rider, you know the prices will go up if you don't pre-order it. And that same goes for future releases. You see, these reviews don't just tell you that, hey, this figure is good, but it hopefully will push into the right direction to know if you should or shouldn't pre-order a future figure that's coming along. And you know, judging by all the Tamashii Web exclusives and the overall quality of this sub-line of SH Figuarts, if there is a future Kamen Rider that's coming out that you know you will like, you must pre-order it, because the prices have always spiked up after the releases. So this figure is pretty good. The Eternal figure that I just reviewed is also pretty good. So yeah, definitely consider pre-ordering future figures if you like a particular character. If you enjoyed this video or found it useful, please consider clicking the like button. Do you have any of these figures? What do you think about them? Leave a comment below. If you want to support this channel, click the like button, share this video with other people who you think will enjoy this, and of course, hopefully you'll watch this with ad block turned off. You can also support this channel by heading over to Patreon. That would be nice. As always, take care, have a nice day, and walk the path of the heavens.